Don't distract this beastie. It's working. That's a hope hall. Some used to go there every week to join hands and hope together. Not so much hope to go around these days. Go on, catch it. Supposedly, mounts like that can smell fear. This is Dixie's goods. There's an outfitter and an upgrade bench dangling in that little blimp. Let's see. Pick up the pace race. A quarrel spot. You can't help but wonder what was so worth fighting over here. No time to graze, let's go. We are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome. It's a rare sight. Treasure it. Wildlife here is teetering on the brink of extinction. We all are. The meat eater again. Nothing seems to satiate his hunger. The gnat is done for unless you intervene. This thing needs new bounce orbers. This place is called Spurf Top. The fur dresser named Prim hangs out here. He seems glad you're developing your own fur style. Can't be shy about who you are when the says the world's broken. Not sure if it can be fixed, but it's going to be a bouncy ride either way. Says you've blazed a path to a place where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. So, which way will it be? He can see you have a steadfast heart. You know the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, like he does with his clippers. Trim says anyone who doesn't know their history is like a tree without roots. You need to remember who you are and where you came from. Wonders if you ever think about your place in the world, whether you wear your fur short or long. It's about... Right, it makes you feel more like yourself, whoever that is. Figures we might have more styles in our futures. The world still has some good time left in it. Knows you've been working to make things better. Says it's good you're working with the Myriad tribe. As crazy as the world is now, he confesses that tribes with more fur are more his style. Claims they don't have much to work with, and those ears tend to get in the way, but yeah, fur's fur. Thinks you're more important than whoever you're working with, though. You're the one who gets things done. Says visitors been far and a few. No one seems to prioritize a hair cute these days. It's barbarism at its worst. He thinks everybody seems occupied with the fact the world's going under. He presents himself as Trim. Says he'll take care of you and that hairstrosity. Says he got tired of seeing so many scruffy fur miseries uglifying the world. He's got one little problem. His clipper fingers have rusted due to the contamination, and without them, his whole existence is hanging by a hair. His friend Juju should have a pair of clipper fingers to spare, as he's mostly on the zigzagger nowadays. Maybe you could snag it from him. He doesn't know who gave you your Frankencut, but he'll upstyle it and give you a #1 pop mop in no time. Just if you get him the clippers, he'll make you gorgeous. Let's see. The world is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Despite the fact that Clipper fingers are in safe hands, he's still lacking something to make his hairsenal complete. Trim's embarrassed. Now he can cut, but he's out of dye. A bad fur do is a shame to you and him both, and you can't have that, can you? He once found some leftover cans of sput dye near the concrete wall paint sites, and they'd do the trick. This time he promises. Just come back with a can of sput dye and he'll give you that fresh coat you deserve. Figures that would be tragic for you, him, and everyone who saw you. Trim thinks you're still good-looking. Just hold on tight. You almost slipped past the village of Flibberdit. Let's see. Why, there's a motor juice station. Imagine getting go juice whenever you want. Boom, boom. Not enough key energy. Says you're smart to take care of business while the didn't have much else to say, so no problem. The cranks need to be unturned in the right order. The day almost makes you want to smile. You found a factorium. Wonder what they used to make there. Welcome to the Surf Archipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goo. You found a manufactorium, a place where Toxanol made all sorts of things during the days gone. This is a radioactive zone. It's not healthy to go too far in without protection. So many trees in this region. This place looks like a real monster magnet. It's just one peak after another. Don't get dizzy up in the mountains. Let's see. Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival. If you can, you should try to convince the captain to give up the outpost and join your cause. They're ready to enter the outpost when you are. Every step you take towards your... Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. That hit the spot, wrecked it. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. Kaboom! You're in. Keep going. Here's the second line of defense. It's smoldering already. Give it a good smack. Give it a good smack. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. He says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You're one step closer to ending the tribe war. Says you're in good company there. Darkness is crawling over the sky. That's an improvement. Nothing's going to waste. A bullet needs a home. You found a crossway. Now, which way to go? You can't really understand your story. That's a pling-plong booth from the bygone. Back when you needed to cable words via buzzwire. Instead, looks like the control box handles need to be wheeled to buzz the wire. Wired up and ready to go. That might come in handy. You need to get the Optica controls in order to start them. Excellent. That's illuminating. The stars never give enough light.
tutti ama sele mai multe e pasi bene tu. Tutti ama sele mai multe e pasi bene tu. Tutti ama sele mai multe e pasi bene tu. Tutti ama sele mai multe e pasi bene tu. Tutti ama sele mai multe e pasi bene tu.
Don't hug your mount. It's not your friend. The Quirk-Quarp outpost. The Netra tribe first beat this into shape. Says they've been waiting for you to help them liberate the outpost. They've scouted the outpost while they were waiting and suggests you have a look at what they found before entering. There is a high boom team ready to help with taking over that outpost, but it seems their arc shooter is busted. Thinks it's broken, but fixable. Let's see. Back at 'em. Get up there and get fixing. Just when you think it's darkest, the dawn. Got just enough slack in the line. Don't give up now.
e passi, vedi? Chiedi tutti, ama se le mai multe e passi, vedi? Chiedi tutti, ama se le mai multe e passi, vedi?
All fixed up. The arc shooters are already gearing up the high booms. Hope their aimers are fixed too. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. He says you did a great job capturing the outpost. Says you're in good company there. Your eyeballs can relax a bit. Says you were didn't have... Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find... Says they've got the best... Well spent. Let's see. A mount peak is always farther away than it looks. Heads up, that's Peak Spot, a great place to watch the world from. Who knows who might be watching you? That wood scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans. Check out that motor juice station. Wonder if there's any go juice left in the juice tank. Bionucleus 4J. Toxanol should never have built these to start with. Every day is a new chance to fulfill your destiny. Let's see. Who would possibly call this home? should have brought gloshes for sloshes. If you're looking for monsters, you've found the right place. Give a key a shot. You found Hightopper. There's an outfitter and an upgrade bench up in that little blip. Let's see. For a beastie, this mount is so gentle. Crit. Let's see. There's the sovereign who runs this outpost. He didn't expect his outpost to be invaded, but now that you're working with them, needs a logical reason for him to surrender the outpost without a fight. He can recognize the strength of a good argument and agrees it's for the best. He'll surrender the outpost to you. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Thinks you did a great job capturing the... Says it'll be a relief to finally have it over. Get things done before the darkness falls again. Handy. Need to stock up on scrap first. You've got everything you need to make something special. They've been waiting for you. Taking control of this fort will bring peace between your tribes. You better be. A tribe's fort is a bigger challenge than an outpost. The plan is to fling you over the wall with a sling lobber. However, he wants a hard hat first should anything go wrong. Explains that it's a type of catapult that uses a long arm to propel a projectile, or in your case, a gutsy, hard-hatted head. We're all heroes of our own stories, or so we hope. You need to get the keys in sequence. So, the technology from yesterday's is still here today, even if its message is getting old. Can you navigate by starshine? It's time to set the rival tribe free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you may. Clarifies that rigging the odds in your favor in preparation of the rival's fort is one thing, but collateral damage is another. That's a fire starter. The dry grass looks like it would ignite easily. You just need to create a spark to light a fire. It burns brighter than the light. Are you scared yet? It's getting dark. Broke it down into scrap. Looks valuable. The battering bonker looks like a great way to get through the gate. Bet you just need to knock and it'll open up. That's bonkers. The Netra tribe values liberty and is striving to protect freedom. They want to continue with each tribe being responsible for their own and believe that uniting the tribes is the only way you can survive. He was hoping it wouldn't end this way. There's no reason to fight instead of uniting. It would be fighting over nothing. He sees strength in you like no one else, but if fight is all you do, he can't stand by you. He recognizes the strength of a good argument and agrees it's for the best. He'll give up the fort to you. The rival Sifu is defeated, and the destiny of their tribe is in your hands. You are free to choose their fate, but not free from the consequences of your choice. He'll leave it up to you to decide the fate of the rival Sifu, but suggests you be merciful. Thinks it's a good gesture to offer support to others when you can see that they need it. And with that, you're spinning your own fate, good or bad, never to be undone. Side by side they'll stand until order and stability is reinstituted. He's gotten news that the other tribes have realized there are no winners in this war. There's no purpose in antagonism. All three of them believe your tribe has grown strong enough to unite them. It's clear your efforts have been successful. There's light at the end of the tunnel. The tribes are tired of war and will remember the one who brought them peace, whether you decide it'll be now. So, do you want to end the war now or continue the crusade? He agrees. Better save your energy for something meaningful. It's the Netra claw chain. That's more like it. Pump you up. A fresh start with fresh scrap. Might not need that now, but you will later. Doesn't riding a beast like this feel good? Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains. Ride like the wind. Tread carefully here. This is Lupin's camp. Grab tight and don't let go. Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. It's important to stay grounded. You share the same fate as the tree.
Junto con tu ponjevun kujo.
Out of Date says there's a time for everything, and now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone.
Momombusu?
Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things.
Come Reaper.
If you continue to do good, good will follow you.
Cantita duela bofo.
If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. He hopes you're right. He gets that you mean the journey continues either way, but personally he wants the tree to survive. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeated the ground and broke its inner core.
Wherefore, where?
The contamination disrupted what we now know as key energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark, in the event of a cataclysm. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Goop in the southeast. Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Goop. He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Goop and making sure he... That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porkypuff needs to be handled. Out of Date says that Goop is worried now that the Southeast World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head southeast as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. Understands you have things to do. Like it or not, darkness falls this time every day. Let's see. It's Peekaboo Park. Young ones love this sort of place. This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you have a sense of compassion and trusts it's in your nature to help those in need. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It's only through your... Is grateful you chose that. You can't be good without doing good for others.
Getting brighter every time.
Oh, no. Go look at yourself in a mirror.
Can't. Everyone you looked in cracked.
That was only one time.
I have a shop full of shattered mirrors that says you're wrong.
That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. The water is so colourful. Let's see.
Langu. Adzitawa. Mukom.
Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can... He knows he's easy to remember. There's no one out there as cuckoo as him. He's one of a kind. He understands you've returned to face Lupa-Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life. He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven that you'll find peace.
Love the glow of the light.
No. Down! Down! Oh.
All the way up. Crank that glow up to 11.
I'll make you glow.
Too late.
Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo. Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf. Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit, so you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the It's not that it won't keep your head above the surface, but it needs improving to carry you across the thick goo out by the porky puff. Treat it fair time and the mount will return the favour. Up, down, all around. Crush him. Don't get distracted by all the destruction you can see this time of day. Gross. This place stinks. A real treasure. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. There's not much. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There are lots left behind on the surf floor that the salvage net will enable you to haul. You just need to find the right spots. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks, squeaky distractions for the triple attentive port. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to... He only knows what's visible to the naked eye. Gulp is not much of a babbler and mostly keeps to himself and his drink. No time for sightseeing. You're poking around Pockbur, a prime village. Says the tribe Sifu sent them here to help defend against the rival tribe that's been terrorizing their village. As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't enough to bring the village to its knees already. It's troubling that the rivals believe their reign of terror is actually going to lead to a better world. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Says you'll see each other. It's all about destiny. Yours, mine, the entire world's. Has no doubt you've earned the trust and support of this village. Actions speak louder than words. You did good here. Is always willing to listen. You did good here. A bargain. This story is about a hero. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least. Let's see.
Ja.
He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Guesses he does, but it's a long life in a wild world. Sometimes he's shaken, not stirred. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavour. Wonders if you could take the time to help a man slake his own thirst. You'd be doing him a liquid solid. You're a do-gooder, so you know you want to. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, but that's nowhere near as quick and easy. Who wants to stop to chew? Wants to raise a glass to you getting the world fixed up a bit. Respects how you always try to help, no matter that the world's fate is hard to swallow. Sees why you joined up with the Myriad. They like a peaceful drink, just like you. Says he sells them drinks. They mostly suck them down on their own. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportioned to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up. It makes most dumber, but that's his special burden to bear. He wants you to know he has other interests, too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed... There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings. Don't you love that surf spray? The Quack Hollow. It's just loonly. Locked up tight? Your destiny waits on the path you'll take to avoid it. Set Deathmaker to spray. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. What a wild ride. Put your scrap where your ride is. Nothing like light to brighten your day. Let's see. That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out-of-Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out-of-Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. He seems happy to talk. Says you're welcome back. Might have to find a towel after this. See that broken boat over there? Looks like it still floats. Plastic scrap like that over there could be useful. Finished him off. You should be able to use that. Someone has to end this plague before it's too late. This one seems to be in good spirits, despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you have a sense of compassion and trusts it's in your nature to help those in need. Asks you to do the right thing for the sake of your conscience. It is grateful you...
Where's that dark now?
Too true. No one can escape the dark.
No, but you can fight it. Fight it!
Can't fight love.
Watch me.
Too tight, and the rope tips. More raw for your crafting. Keep your head on a swivel. That's a bonus. You need to believe how serious this is if you want to have any effect on it. It's the porky-puff nibbling bark. It took quite a liking to the crunchy stuff after munching down out-of-date's leg. Hook the boom ball and tow it beneath the puff. Unleash the quacks. Ain't that cute? But Toby playing with cats. Can you feel it? It's the brisk wind of change. Don't let this opportunity slide. He thanks you for dealing with another world eater. You're halfway there. He's got word out of date spotted Lupin and has a feeling your time has come. He hopes you're up for it. Even though you're good-hearted, you shouldn't miss this opportunity to confront the Predator. Just head back to the foot of the tree. Fingers crossed Lupin will stay put until you're there. The light's coming back. Out of Date says the time has come for you to reconcile with your past. Lupa Lupin is still staying in the camp where he was brought up. He hopes you'll find the answers you are looking for there. Even though darkness is a part of your nature, he suggests you try to keep your cool, as the best fighter is never angry. He'll point you in the right direction, but the rest is up to you. This part of the journey is one you'll have to do on your own. Lupa Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains. Out of Date hopes you'll find your way and the answers you were looking for once you're there. He knows he said it before, but the time has come to put an end to the Lupin's reign of terror. You should get over there. Come face to face with destiny. It's going to be you against the Lupin. No rules. He's happy to help. Says you should hunt for Wiz in the Surf Search factory. Says you should take it easy. He guesses you're back for more. Wouldn't be surprised if you met again. Fate is funny that way, but it won't always make you laugh. Lupa Lupin says he's been looking forward to this moment. He wanted you to come here and see for yourself where it all started. He was so little when your mother and kin came here to put an end to his mother just because she was different, a hunter. That night, the hunter became the hunted, trapped with nowhere to run. He says your mother showed no mercy, only vengeance. He can see that you're not like your mother. There's something different about you. Maybe you would have made a better decision than she did, and let them be. They orphaned him, left him alone, an outcast and a freak. Lupa Lupin says he's been reliving the moment every night since then. He says your mother and her disciples started something that couldn't be undone. They created the monster he would become. He knew his time would come, and he was patient. So, when he got news about your birth, he knew how to get revenge that would last. That's why he spared you that night he raised the village when you were a child. He wanted you to suffer for life, like he had. He marked you for life, so he again, and you'd eventually remember where you came from. His hunger grew insatiable over the years to come. He tried, but being vegetarian wasn't in his nature, and he couldn't go hungry. But he's never taken a life for the sake of appetite. It's always been about survival, and that our true self is being who we are. A deep look into nature will make you understand everything better, and that natural selection eliminates, and the strongest survive. Fate is for those too weak to determine their own destiny, and now the time has come for you to accept yours. What you do here matters to you and the world.
Loa tolu tum.
Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy.
Loa tolu tum.
He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Noko in the east.
Valu alu hero.
Out of Date says that even though he's unsure about your intentions, he hopes you'll support Noko.
Tai miss.
He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Noko and making sure she gets what she needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date was spot on. The hoof puff needs to be stopped.
Ugambun ang ugagad yebromo.
Out of Date says that Noko is worried now that the Eastern World Eater is stepping up its activity.
Tai miss.
He explains that Noko keeps a fabled steed that she has planned to ride out to the World Eater, but needs help to get it prepared.
Tai miss.
Out of Date suggests that you should head east as fast as possible and see what you can do to help.
Honto con tue bon yevun kojo.
He's happy to help.
Honto con tue bon yevun kojo.
Thinks the Myriad tribe has the most loyal acolytes.
Honto con tue bon yevun kojo.
Has plenty to do, so no worries.
Ka nuka noburak.
He guesses you're back for more.
Ko tuvon ko konvun kono.
Didn't have much else to say, so no problem.